Hey everyone, welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's lovely to have you here on the channel tuning in to another pick a card reading. So today we're doing, aren't we, how your person believes or thinks that you feel about them and the connection. And we've got our three piles. We've got pile number 1 with the card number 8, which says commitment. There you go. And the blue lace agate. And then pile number 2, which is card number 16, that says dominance with the tiger's eye. There we go. Pile number 3, which is card 50, and it says trickery. And it is the white howlite, or with the white howlite rather. So that's our 3 piles. Use your intuition, go for the one that's calling for you. Take the messages that resonate to you. If they don't resonate with you in your situation, they're not your message. They're probably for somebody else. It may be another pile or another reading that you're after today. And remember, it's timeless. That's good for whenever you're finding it. But other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 1, welcome back to your reading. It's lovely to have you here. You've chosen to come into a pick a card reading today, which is how your person believes or thinks you feel about them and the connection, under this card which says commitment, and it is card number 8. I don't know if you can see that there, these 2 crows, commitment, okay? And also the blue lace agates. Here we go. Turn that around for you so you can see it. So I'm just going to put the blue lace agate out. I'm going to move my mouse out of the way, and we're going to start by shuffling a few more oracle cards on that. So a big warm thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Please do carry on, because it just helps the channel to grow, and it also gives me an idea of what you like, so that I can carry on doing these pick a card readings. So thank you so much for doing that. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So how does pile number 1's person believe pile number 1 feels about them and the connection? So that one is entanglement. It's got a snake here around the moon. So there might be a commitment in this situation, but there may be something else going on. So there may be it might be a 3-way situation around them. There may be something, maybe there's a commitment. Like I said, I think initially there's some sort of commitment going on maybe in this situation, but it may be that there's also maybe something else going on, something hidden, an entanglement of some kind, that with the snake here there's maybe something going on underneath the surface, or something going on that's maybe deceptive or something like that. Or maybe they're thinking that you believe maybe they're thinking that you believe that something is, if you're in a committed situation with them, they may be believing that you feel that something is being hidden from you, or that they are up to doing something, or there's some distrust or something like that. Or if it's a 3-way situation and you're the third party, maybe they're thinking that you've got yourself involved, entangled, tied up in something like that. What else we've got? How does pile number 1's person believe pile number 1 feels about them and the connection? Expectation, right. I mean, it could be, what I'm reading off this is that it could be that you are possibly in this situation. It might be something where you or they are maybe committed elsewhere, or in a commitment elsewhere, but there's also some kind of something going on between you and them, or some sort of third party situation, something like that, where there's an entanglement going on, and maybe they're believing that you have a lot of expectation from them. You're waiting. So it could be that there's a choice in this situation. Somebody's in a committed situation, but they are maybe involved with you, or there's an involvement going on, an entanglement situation going on, and there's some expectation. You're waiting for something. So they believe that maybe you're waiting for them, or waiting for the situation to go in your favour. Or maybe you're waiting for them to commit. So they may be believing that you are waiting for them to commit, and maybe there's some resistance to that here with the snake and the moon. Or maybe they're waiting for you to commit, something like that. But I think they believe that you want some sort of commitment here. That you're waiting maybe for either for them to commit in some way. Yeah, maybe to be out in the open, to be settled, to be committed, something like that. Maybe there's been some deception, some secrecy, something you know, that hasn't been quite right, or something that they believe you feel isn't quite right, and you want it to be more committed, you want it to be more reciprocated. That's what you're expecting, that's the expectation, something like that. But anyway, if that doesn't ring true for you, it might be another pile, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. But let's get some tarot cards out anyway. So how does pile number one's person believe pile number one feels about them and the connection? So obviously they believe that you want commitment with them, that you want to be with them. I think that's the thing. They believe that you want that with them in some way, that you're expecting that you're waiting for that. How? Or commitment, or a more something, you know, the relationship to be on a more equal footing, or a more reciprocated footing. Maybe at the moment it's kind of not. How does pile number one's person believe pile number one feels about them and the connection? The Hermits, or the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, and the overarching energy is the Nine of Wands. So for many of you, this might have been a situation that's come into separation, if it was maybe a committed situation or something like that. And they believe, or they think, that you feel actually, it kind of goes with this, because this is a little bit, I think they think you're a little bit mixed, actually, that you maybe feel as though you want some time to yourself, some time for healing, some time for going inward, separation. It might be that you are actually in separation, or something, because it could go with the weight or the expectation card. It's interesting that I said waiting, I think, because this woman feels like she's waiting. So maybe there's an expectation that this situation will come back, but at the moment it might be on pause. And I think they're believing that you are quite mixed, that on one level you want separation, you want to be on your own, because the Hermit card is obviously an alone energy, an inward energy. You might need time for healing, to search for truth, particularly if there's been some sort of, particularly if it's been a secret or hidden situation, or a situation that hasn't seen the light somehow, or that's been hidden, maybe a third element, and then you or somebody else has been in a commit situation, maybe the other person. So maybe it's been a secret situation, but now they believe that you know you're going inward, that you've detached yourself from them, that you are wanting a more truth, more honesty, that you are seeing the situation as something that has died in some way, something that is kind of dead, because that is the Ten of Swords, but with a little glimmer of hope maybe for it to arise. So you could actually be in separation from this person, you could actually be split up, but sort of like not fully believing that you are totally split up. So maybe they're thinking that you split up from this person, and they're thinking, yeah, you know, this pile number one does want the split, they do need time to heal, they do need to go inwards, but actually my belief is that they think that we're going to kind of rise again, that it's going to happen again, that we're going to get back together again, that we're going to become entangled again, because we've also got the King of Pentacles, which is, funnily enough, is a court card that is all about commitment. I mean, the King of Pentacles is a very committed energy, it's a very reliable energy. So I think that they believe that you see them on the whole as also reliable, and somebody that you want to be with, that you actually want to be with them, that you want to be in you want commitment from them. I think the big thing here is because you've got commitment here and you've got the King of Pentacles that represents commitment, is that they believe you feel committed to them one way or another, even in separation, and that you want commitment back with them. And the Ace of Rods is the Ace of Wands, and that is a brand new beginning. So I think this person believes that you feel you want a brand new beginning with them, maybe one that's based on truth after a period of separation, that that's what you're waiting for. Maybe if they've been entangled with somebody else, that they are believing that you would take them back, that you want to be back with them. For some of you, that might be the case. But you want truth and you want honesty, because Swords is about often about truth, and Swords are also about ideas and about thinking. So I believe if you're in separation from this person, they believe that you are thinking a lot about them, but that you're kind of searching for truth as well, that you're looking for more honesty, more truth in yourself, but also in the connection. And with the Ace of Wands here, that is a brand new beginning, a brand new fiery, passionate beginning. So I think they believe that you are attracted to them, that you feel a strong sense of passion towards them, a strong sense of chemistry and connection with them. Now the overarching energy is the Nine of Wands, which can be a little bit of a defensive energy. So maybe at the moment they're believing that if you're in this kind of hermit mode of separation, Ten of Swords, if something's happened that's caused the situation to come into separation in quite a painful way, because there's a lot of blood here, that you are still maybe quite defensive. If you're still in contact with this person, that you are still quite defensive in your energy, or if there's a no contact, that they're feeling that you are quite defensive, that you are ready to stand up for yourself, that you're not going to take any kind of nonsense. So I think they believe that you are not going to take any nonsense, that you're going to stick up for yourself, and that you want truth now in this situation, you want honesty. But essentially, they believe that you're still committed to it, even if you are in separation, that you still want commitment, or you definitely want commitment from them, and you want a new start. And I think that new start is based on truth and honesty. It's based on enlightenment. So I think they are believing that if you're in separation from them, that you believe that both of you need to take that time to heal, and that's certainly what you are doing. They think you're doing that in order for it to be better. And the Hermit card can be a little bit of a fed up energy, so they might be thinking that you are fed up, that you have been fed up in this situation. Maybe if you've been the person has been left waiting, expecting them to come to you, that you are fed up now in that situation. That might have been why it came into separation. But for you, they're believing that you definitely want clarity, you want honesty, you want stability, you want commitment, and you're going to stand up for that. So let's see, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, obviously the Hermit is Virgo. The Ten of Swords, that is Gemini energy. King of Pentacles could be any of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. And the Ace of Wands could be any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And the Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy. So those are just some of the things that I'm feeling about what your person believes you think and feel about them and the connection. So the reason why I said it was mixed is because you've got two sort of cards of separation, being inwards, going inwards, and alone energy, and the other two cards of starting over with commitment. So they might believe that you're either mixed in your energy, or that you, in your time of separation from them, it's kind of like made you feel even stronger about wanting things to be out in the open, committed, a new beginning, a brand new beginning, something like that. But anyway, let's see what else we have. So can you please tell me, how does pile number one's person believe that pile number one feels about them and the connection? What do we have? Oh, we've got two that's come out there. The Six of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Let's move these up a little bit so we can see them. How does pile number one's person believe pile number one feels about them and the connection? The Hermit has come up again. The Hermit has come up again. So they may believe that you feel there needs to be a time of reflection. There needs to be a time to gain enlightenment. There needs to be truth. Because the Hermit is all about going inward and finding truth. And maybe they're believing that you want that separation. You feel that you need that separation to gain truth, to gain enlightenment, to gain your way in this connection. Maybe you've been a bit lost in it with the entanglement. Maybe you were entangled in something and you've removed yourself from it, and they believe that you are now trying to question why that happened, question, what went on. You're doing a lot of soul searching about this situation. Page of Swords. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which again, interestingly, is another major card of commitment. So this might be something where you were in a committed situation with this person and you've come into separation from them, or they are in a committed situation, or you are in a committed situation, but you both became involved in some way, but now it's a time for reflection. So maybe you've disengaged from it in some way, if it was a third party situation. And you've disengaged, but there's still a feeling of wanting commitment in this situation, one way or the other. It could be that they're believing, if this was a third party thing, they're believing that you want commitment. So maybe you got involved, you're asking about somebody that you got involved with, and you were in a situation, they were in a situation, but now you've taken yourself out of that, and they believe that you have gone back possibly to your committed situation, or you want a committed situation with them. That is the question. There's a lot of cards here around commitment. So what they believe is that one way or another, you want commitment. You are not interested in something that's a quick fling, an affair, or something that is not leading to an honest, truthful, open commitment, because you've got the Hermit card twice. And they may believe that you are shutting yourself off from them emotionally, because this situation isn't giving you the commitment that you're asking for. So you are shutting yourself off from them. You are disentangling, and it might be them that still has an expectation about you coming back with them, being back with them in some way. Now the Six of Pentacles is a card of I feel like they believe, see again, you've got lots of pentacles here. Again, pentacles is always the suit of sort of commitment, of building something up, of having a strong foundation for something. So I think they believe that you feel that, whatever happens, you're going to have a reciprocated relationship, that you're not interested, and that might be why you've gone in. They feel that you might have closed off your heart because the connection wasn't reciprocated in some way, it wasn't balanced, and that isn't going to sit right with you anymore. That's how they're feeling, and that you want a reciprocated, balanced connection. Maybe they're believing that you feel you've learned a lot from this situation. The Page of Pentacles is a card of learning. It is the students that out of this situation that may have come into separation, that may have died, you are learning a lot of lessons from them. Maybe there was a lot of spiritual lessons in this, a lot for you to learn, because the Hermit is a very spiritual card and it's come up twice. So they might be believing that you feel that you might have gained some wisdom, some insight into this situation. You've learned from it in some way. Page of Swords, I mean, that is a card of curiosity. I think they believe that you're still curious about them if you're in separation. I think with all these cards, you're probably in separation from this person, but they believe you're still curious about them, that you still want to know about them, that you're still interested in them, that they might even be believing that you're going to communicate with them or connect with them in some way, or that you're waiting for a message. With the expectation card here, they may think that you're waiting for a message from them, or you're waiting for them to make a move. So if it was something like whereby you were involved with somebody who was in a committed relationship, it was a three-way situation, but it came into separation because it wasn't giving you, or there wasn't a chance for it to be committed and out in the open, they may be believing that you were waiting for them to make a move. or that you are waiting for them to pass, message them in some way to create commitment with them. That's what they're thinking, with the Ten of Pentacles here being the overarching energy, which is about commitment. But basically, I think what they're thinking is that you are standing up for yourself. If that is the situation, that you are standing up for yourself, and that you are not going to take anything less than something which is strong, stable, has a foundation to it, is, got the potential to grow, where you can have a family together possibly, where you can have, you can be materially comfortable, that you can have everything that goes with the sort of, with a committed relationship, in the 3D world. I think that's what they're feeling, that you definitely want that. But there is, that you have shut yourself off from that, that you are looking for truth, that you are wanting to learn, to be better, to do things differently. If you've got involved with something that wasn't quite right, you're not going to do that again. You are going to, you are going to learn from your mistakes. I think that's what they're believing. And that you are, you've got a strong sense now of, your self-worth, a much stronger sense of your self-worth. And you're not going to put up with anything less. I think they know that, if that's what's going on for you, pile number one. I think this person believes it, they know it, and they believe that they, if they're gonna offer anything to you, it has to be in a committed, way. Let's see if we've got any message cards here. So any message cards for pile number one from their person? Message cards from pile number one from their person. What does this one say? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Here we go. What else have we got from pile number one on their person? You love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yeah, I think with all over this reading, your person believes that you have, I'm sure you had self-respect before, but I think your person believes now that you have got lots of self-respect, that you are not going to put up with anything that isn't going to treat you as, that you're not going to be treated as number one. You're not going to take any sort of shabby, shoddy, wishy-washy sort of energy. If this was a situation where you were committed and you just came into separation because maybe somebody got themselves into a situation, or there was some sort of deception or something, you do want to get, I feel like they think that you do want to give this person another chance, or you do want to be with this person, like I said before, but it has to be honest, it has to be true, it has to be committed. There can't be anything other than just upfront commitment for you. I think this person knows that, and that strength that they can see in you now, or that is more obvious to them now, is making you more attractive to them. In terms of astrological signs, the Six of Pentacles, that is Taurus energy. Page of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Hermit again is the Virgo energy. Page of Swords, any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy again. So there you go, pile number one. That is your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number two, and welcome back to your reading. So today's pick a card reading we're doing, aren't we? How your person believes or thinks you feel about them and the connection. And you chose to come into the reading under this card that says Dominance. And it's card 16, which is the same number as the Tower card. And also I can see this little red poppy, and red poppies are usually about remembrance, aren't they? So just for some of you, this might be something where you are remembering back to a situation, or there's some, it's a past situation, something like that, maybe an ex or somebody like that. Possibly just for some of you, I don't know yet. But anyway, there you go, that's the Tiger's Eye as well. Just from this card, they may believe that you think the situation is not equal, it's unfair, somebody has the upper hand. They may be treating them, they may think you feel that you're, they're treating, that you believe they're treating you unfairly, or there's some unfair treatment in the situation. Somebody has more control than somebody else, or is dominating somebody else, or is, hopefully they're not, there's nothing too horrible here, pile number 2, because I don't know why, but I got the sense of the word bullying, so I hope nothing like that is happening in this connection. Obviously you don't need to be taking any of that kind of treatment off of anybody, but I'm thinking maybe there was something like that, if, with the poppy here. I'm just noticing the poppy, that maybe there's something went on in this situation where somebody was behaving not in a good way, something like that, just for some of you. But anyway, let's get some more cards out before we say anything else. So how does pile, just a big thank you if you have subscribed, shared, liked, commented. It really, really means a lot. It really helps the channel to grow. It lets me know what you like. I try to read all the comments, and it's just wonderful if you do that. So if you feel you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell, that would be fantastic, and all the like buttons, and hit the like button, sorry. I'm not going to take that because I haven't asked the question. So let's start. How does pile number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about them and the connection? Grief. Yeah, and that's interesting because it goes with poppy. So it may be an issue of remembrance here. This might be something that has come into separation, and it could be because there was some poor treatment, or there was somebody not behaving properly, somebody not behaving well, or something like that, or there was an inequality in the energy of the connection where somebody was just having more control than somebody else. But there is some grief here, there is some sadness, so maybe they're believing that you are feeling sad if this situation has come into separation, that you are remembering, that you are upset somehow. What else have we got? Oh, I'm not going to take that because I haven't actually asked the question either. They did seem to want to fly out there. But how is number 2's person, how does number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about them and the connection, please? I'm just going to take that one. No, that doesn't feel right. How do they believe, I think it's that one, pile number 2 feels, I didn't use those ones. I beg your pardon, I'll have to do that again. My apologies, pile number 2. I didn't use all the cards. So how does pile number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about them and the connection? It's going to be that one. I feel like I've got to have 2 here. I don't know why. There was 2 before. But I didn't get 2 in pile number 1. So let's see. We've got despair. Oh my goodness. Okay. And marriage. That's interesting. Marriage and despair. So it may be that they believe that you feel, I feel like this is almost certainly, you could either be in a situation with this person where you're married to them, or you're committed to them, or you're in a situation with them, and there is, it's not a happy one. So maybe they're believing that you feel it's not particularly happy at the moment, or you're not happy in the situation with the despair and the grief. Or it could be that it's coming to separation, and they're thinking that you're remembering it, but there is, real grief and upset. The sign says not hiring, that you are very, very, very upset without them. You are very unhappy without them, and that you want to be back in a committed connection with them. You want to be back in a settled situation. So those are the 2 ways in which I'm reading just these 4 cards for some of you. I mean, if you're in a situation where somebody isn't treating you right, pile number 2, one, I want to just say, I want to give you a lot of support in that, but to just, remember that there are places out there, support agencies out there that can give you support and guidance if you're in that sort of situation. I'm hoping that you're not, but if you are, because nobody should have to feel as if somebody has the upper hand to this degree in any connection where it's that unbalanced, really. But anyway, let's get our tarot out. So how Does pile number two's person believe pile number two feels about them and the connection? So yes, we've got Two of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit. Now the Hermit came out a lot in pile number one, so if you want to listen to pile number one, you might, or you felt drawn to pile number one, you might want to listen to it. How do they believe pile number, okay, at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Okay, so I think they believe that you feel absolutely heartbroken at the moment. So if you're in separate, I think like with a lot of these, I think you might, for a lot of you, be in separation from this person or not with this person. And that they believe you feel very hurt at the moment, very hurt, very upset, very heartbroken. There's a lot of loss with the grief and the despair that you're really, I mean, I just do want to, again, just offer you a big hug, pile number one, if you are actually experiencing this. If you are actually experiencing what they believe you to be feeling, then I just want to give you a big hug. But I think they believe that you are feeling heartbroken in this situation, that you're not happy. If you're in the situation, you're definitely not happy in the situation. There might have been something to interfere with the situation with these three swords here. So maybe there was some sort of third element or something that came in and got itself involved in the situation that's bringing about this despair and grief. But if you're in separation, I think they believe that you're very upset about that, that you are somehow stuck, sort of not sure which way to go. And I think they believe that you are hoping that things will turn around in this situation. It could be what I said before, that if it was a committed situation or it's a situation where you want commitment and maybe they don't, something like that, they believe that you're feeling that you want the situation to be on the up cycle again, that you want to get out of this down cycle, because this is the Wheel of Fortune, and in the Wheel of Fortune we can go up and we can go down, you know, through the cycles of life. So maybe they're believing that in separation you are feeling very down, very low, very unhappy, and that they think you want the situation to go back up again, to come back towards the situation with the Chariot here as being the overarching energy. So rush back towards it with you know, purpose, energy, focus, for it to get back on track. So if this is a situation that's coming to separation, I think they believe that you want it to get back on track. That if you're in a situation with them and it's a, you know, you're actually in a relationship with them, I think they believe that you're not very happy in that you are not really sure what to do, you're a little bit stuck in it, that you want it to be happier, that you have a core feeling that you want it to be happier, but there needs to be some truth, some reflection, some searching within. Maybe they're believing if you're together still and you're having all these issues, where it's causing you despair, it's causing you grief, it's causing you upset, maybe they're believing that you want to be on your own, that you want to leave them, that you want to disconnect, to be inward, because the Hermit is an inward energy. It's an energy which is an alone energy, where you're searching for truth, you're searching for honesty, something like that. Or maybe they're believing that you, you know, in this separation, I mean, just for some of you, they might be thinking that you're having a really great time, but they're not. They're in this grief and separation and unhappiness. That's just a message for some of you. But anyway, in terms of astrological signs, the Two of Swords, that is Libran energy. The Wheel of Fortune, or Hermit, is Virgo. Three of Swords is Libran energy again, which is all about balance. So I think they believe that you want balance back in this situation. It was come out of balance, and I think all of these cards is very different to this one. So it might have been that you were in a settled situation with this person, it was a committed situation, or it was a happy situation, because this is a happy card, but it's come into separation, it's split up. Because maybe somebody did something, maybe somebody did not behave properly, and they believe you're remembering the situation and that you want to be back in it. You definitely want, they believe that you definitely want to be back in the situation. But for you, it needs to be clear. There needs to be more clarity to it somehow, because this is a card of lack of clarity, being stuck. But the Hermit is about finding truth and finding clarity for for your journey forwards, going forward. So maybe they're thinking that you, you know, if it's something that was unequal before, and that's what brought you into separation, that you are not, you know, don't want that anymore. You want balance. You want it to be balanced, because we've got Libra. Because this is imbalance. This is inequality when we've got the dominance here. But we've got two cards of balance with the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords. So maybe the imbalance was something that was causing you a lot of upset or unhappiness. That's what they're believing. And you don't want that anymore. You want it to go back into a better place, for the balance to be, you know, for it to be reversed, for the wheel to go up in some way. And also the Chariot is about balance. It's about being able to control the black and the white horse, so you don't get veered off in one direction, in one extreme. You control it. So maybe they're believing that if this situation was something that somebody had more control, and they were veering it off in what they wanted it, veering it off into the direction that they wanted, that you want balance, that you want to, you know, you want the situation to be more balanced, to be more in control, to be fairer. Because Libra is also a great sign for fairness. Because obviously the Libra is represented by the Justice card in the tarot deck. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, let's move those up so we can see them. Right. How does pile number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about them and the connection? Seven of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Right. How does pile number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about the connection? The High Priestess. How does pile number 2's person believe pile number 2 feels about the connection? The Nine of Pentacles. And the overarching energy is the Ten of Wands. Okay. I think they feel that you are do you know what I think? I feel like for a lot of you, this is something that's kind of almost definitely come into separation, that you're thinking about somebody, you're remembering somebody from the past, or an ex or something. And I think they believe that, I think they still believe that you have some hope to try and return to this situation. I think they definitely do believe that you have some hope, because the Seven of Pentacles is about something being on pause rather than something being in complete separation, with a view, and it goes well with the Hermit card, because the Seven of Pentacles is about reflecting. It's about taking a step back and thinking, right, what have I built up? Let's take stock, and then let's come back to it when we've taken stock, when we've had a good, you know, think, a good amount of time for reflection, and then go back to building it up again. So I think this person believes that there is something in you that wants to return to the situation in some way. But, and that goes with the Wheel of Fortune, and it goes with the Chariot card. But I think they also believe that you are now feel very independent from the energy, from the connection. So we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is all about lack. It's about being out in the cold. So maybe this person believes that you feel out in the cold, that you are unhappy being out in the cold, that you want to, you know, you want to be back in the situation, but you're unhappy being out in the cold. That you but also you are sort of private energy. You're keeping yourself private. You're keeping yourself hidden in some way with the High Priestess card here. That you are sort of really trying to search inward for truth. You've got the Hermit and the High Priestess, both really private cards, very spiritual cards. So I feel like you might have gone through an awful lot in this connection. There might have been a lot of Yeah, a lot of grief, a lot of despair. It might have been a really difficult connection for you, pile number 2. And I think this person believes that you are taking a lot of time to heal, that you have been really hurt, that you have really suffered in this situation. They believe that you're taking a lot of time to heal. And that you are the 9 of Pentacles now, which means that you are a very independent energy, that you have kind of made it on your own, really, that you are successful, that you are somebody who is able to look after themselves, take good care of themselves, but that you are essentially independent and on your own. But there is still this person, whether this is right or not, pile number 2, but this person is still thinking that you are still hanging on to something in this connection. You're still hanging on to the fact that there might be something to salvage in this connection. That's why you've got the 7 of Pentacles right next to this marriage card, that there's still something in you that is hoping for commitment in this situation, even though this might be somebody that you're talking about or thinking about that, you know, you split up from ages ago, or that you have gone through a really, really, really tough time with, and you've been in separation with them for a long time, with the Hermit and the High Priestess. But it was one of those kind of connections that really, really had a strong impact on you. This is what this person is believing, and that you are still sort of, maybe they're thinking as well that the two of you are still intuitively linked in some way, or that they think that you believe that you believe there's still some sort of intuitive link or pull towards this connection. But the 10 of Wands is the overarching energy, which is a sort of heavy energy, a feeling of being weighed down and burdened by it. So I think this person believes that on the whole, this is somebody that you've come into separation with, that you're not with now. It might have been a really difficult, a tough connection, it might have been a connection that went in cycles, a connection that wasn't reliable, that wasn't something that you could count on. Maybe it was... it was something where to them it was a bit of fun, but you wanted more commitment in it, or something like that. And this person believes that, there's still a little part of you that wants to go back to the situation, or that hasn't given up on the situation, but overall, you are wanting to be independent, you are wanting to hold back, you are wanting to heal, you are wanting to, or you are needing to, not even wanting to, you are needing to, because you've been through such a difficult time in this situation, been so painful, that they kind of feel that you are feeling that you need to have that space and time to heal yourself. And I just, these are tough cards, pile number 2, so I'm just, sending you lots of love and light here, because I think this situation for many of you might have been quite a dark, difficult situation. But I think with the 9 of Pentacles here, that shows me that you, hopefully, the way they're believing as well, is that you've navigated your way through that you are now independent and strong. And it might be why you've got the Chariot card there, where you are focused, strong, determined. Nothing is going to knock you off balance in the way that this connection may have knocked you off balance. And I think this person can see that now, but they're still thinking that there's a glimmer, a hope, a bit of chance, or a glimmer, like some sort of chance that you still want the connection back. That is how they are feeling. But in terms of, or that is how they think you're feeling. In terms of astrological signs, the 7 of Pentacles, that is Taurus energy. 5 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Again, goes with the Hermit card. So it's a very inward, private card. And the 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Let's see if we've got any cards or messages from pile number 1's person to pile number 1. Are there any messages here, please? I think like these 3 are just popping out, so let's just take them. Deception. So there might have been some deception here in this situation. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So if it's something that you're in, it just makes me feel that this person feels that you maybe want to leave the situation, or that you want more truth in the situation, or that you want to be independent of them because it's such a heavy, burdensome situation. Retreat, that definitely, that goes with what I'm just saying. I feel like this person feels like you might want to retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, retreat. And then flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. Maybe they think or believe in separation that you are moving on, that you are kind of having fun and flirting with others. And you know, if you have been through a difficult time with this person or they've treated you badly, then I can't help but think, you know, you need a bit of lightness, pile number 2. You know, I hope that's the case. I hope you are reaching out to others and getting support from other people that are giving you a much lighter, better energy. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's pick a card reading, we're doing, aren't we, how your person believes you feel about them and the connection. And you chose to come into the reading under the white howlite, beautiful white howlite here. I'm going to put that there, plus the card, this card number 50, that says Trickery. Trickery. I mean, just from this card, I think they might believe that you feel you can't trust them, or that they've behaved in a bad way, in a way in which has been tricky or has, you know, not been honest. Because clearly this is a card of dishonesty, where this person is trying to, I think this crow is hiding something, isn't it, and covering it up. So there might be something they might believe that you think that they're covering something up, they're trying to hide something, they're trying to be secret about something, they're doing something, because this other crow is looking on. They're trying to cover their tracks or hide something in some way. It's quite a cold card as well, because it has all this kind of frost, and it's a winter scene, isn't it? An autumn scene with these autumn leaves here. So it might have caused some coldness in the situation in some way, or some, something cold going on. But anyway, or they may believe it might be that you are feeling that there's some coldness in the situation, something like that. Right, so let's start off with some other oracle cards. A big thank you if you have subscribed. Thank you so much for doing that and hitting the notification bell so you never miss an upload. That's really super important. As well as commenting and liking. Thanks so much for doing that. Please carry on doing that. It makes a big difference. But let's ask, so how does pile number 3's person believe pile number 3 feels about them and the connection? So there's definitely them believing that you don't sort of trust them in some way, or that there's, you know, you're believing that they're maybe being deceitful or dishonest or trying to trick you or pull one over on you or pull the wool over your eyes or something like that. How does pile number 3's person believe pile number 3 feels about them and the connection? The secret. Isn't that interesting? The secret. So that goes exactly with that. So they believe that you think maybe there is a secret. Maybe this situation is secret. Maybe this situation is hidden. Maybe there is some trickery going on in it. Maybe someone's trying to pull the wool over somebody else's eyes or something like that. But it's not a coincidence that you have trickery and the secret. So they believe that you, feel that somehow the situation is got some trickery to it, or is secret, or is hidden maybe, or is dishonest in some way. Either they're dishonest, or the situation itself doesn't feel honest to you, or is a secret, therefore it's hidden, something that's going on, something that's being disguised maybe, something like that. It could just be a hidden situation. It could just be that they believe you feel it's a hidden situation. It's not out in the open. This crow is trying to do something here to cover up their tracks, to disguise this little bit of, to disguise something, to disguise where they've hidden their, to trick so that the other crows won't come along and eat it. But anyway, let's see what else we've got here. So actually, I'm going to have another oracle card. Let's see. How does pile number 3's person believe pile number 3 feels about them and the connection? So maybe they just think maybe they feel that, you think they're not honest. Yeah, they're not honest. or they're keeping things hidden from you, or they're keeping things secret from you, or they're keeping you out of the loop, out in the cold, something like that. How does pile number three's person believe pile number three feels about them and the connection? Certainly an element of distrust. They certainly think you don't trust them. How does pile number three's person feel pile number three feels about them and the connection? Unexpected income. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought that one wants to come out. What does that say? Sudden wealth. Oh my goodness. So maybe there's something around money in this situation. And change at the bottom. Something around money. Maybe they're thinking that, that's interesting. Why have we got sudden wealth and unexpected income? So maybe they believe that you think that they're keeping something from you around material things or money or wealth or something like that, or that they can't be trusted with money. There may be some sort of material. It could represent material things in this way. So maybe they believe that you think that they can't be trusted around money or around material wealth or something like that, or they've got more money than they're letting on or something like that. For some of you, that might be very specific for some of you there. Let's see. How does pile number three's person believe pile number three feels about them and the connection? I mean, maybe they have tried to present themselves as having more wealth or more income or whatever than they actually have. Maybe they presented themselves, or that they think that you believe they've presented themselves in a certain way, but that isn't actually the case, something like that. And it could be around money or wealth or, what material things they've got. How does pile number three's person think pile number three feels about them and the connection? Queen of Pentacles. Pile number three's person think pile number three feels about them and the connection? King of Wands. Seven of Swords again. I mean, that is the trickster energy. What else have we got? And the Strength card. I mean, I definitely think or believe that you don't trust them. The Seven of Swords here, and the Empress is the overarching energy. There's a lot of people in this reading. With the Seven of Swords, I mean, that is a card of somebody doing something, somebody taking something. So maybe, I hope that isn't the case, but somebody, you might not trust them because they might have taken something from you or done something. Yeah, because this crow's kind of covering up this sun. So I hope that hasn't happened to you, pile number three. If it has, I'm really sorry. But I think this person believes you feel you can't trust them, that you think they've taken things from you or maybe taken advantage of you in some way. I mean, I think they also believe, though, that you are still somehow invested, and that might be why we have the money here, but that you are still invested in the situation, you're still invested in them, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is a card of, it is a very committed energy, actually. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very committed in family life and in business life. So, maybe you're in a situation with this person where you're with them, you're with them, but you're involved in sort of work as well with them, or you're involved in a business with them or something like that, and you just feel like you can't trust them. Or they think that you're believing that you can't actually trust them. But there's still an investment in this situation. There's still something, or they believe that you think there's still a commitment to it. There's still an investment to it. There's still, there's still attraction. There's still passion. There's still energy. There's still, maybe, you're together as a couple. Maybe this is about you two being together as a couple. So this is about, for a lot of people, that you're together as a couple, that you've created a life for each other, but there's something about them that they think that you can't trust them, and it might be something around material things, or the material things that you've built up together, because the Seven of Swords is a trickster energy. Now, strength is that they believe that you, despite these issues that might be going on, still feel that this connection is strong, that you want to somehow get over any obstacles or hurdles that there might be in the connection, with the Strength card here, because the Strength card is all about, you know, having the strength to overcome challenges in a sort of gentle way. So with the Seven of Swords, there's something might have happened. The Seven of Swords, the secret, the trickery, could be around money, property, wealth, finances, within you and them as a couple, as a you know, connection. And they're believing that you, although you feel you can't trust them, that you are still somehow invested in the situation. You still want, with the Empress, the situation to grow, to because the Empress is a card of creativity, of abundance. You know, you still want that. You still want to nurture the connection, even though you might have an element of distrust of them. That is what they are believing. That you still want to nurture the situation, that you still want to, because the Queen of the Pentacles and the Empress are two very similar energies actually. They're all about nurture, they're all about care, they're all about creativity, but they're also about living very comfortably. So maybe, you know, they believe that you want a comfortable life with them, that you want to, because the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles are always very, very comfortable. They take very good care of themselves. So it might be that they believe, I mean, maybe they believe that you, you want a traditionally committed situation with them. They might be quite wealthy, this person, for some of you. They might have quite a lot. With the King of Wands here, they might be very, very good at business or whatever it is that they do. And maybe they're thinking that you, or they're believing that you want to be committed to them, because being with them would make it a very comfortable life for you. There might be something like that going on for some of you. That might be how some of them are feeling, that you are believing them, you know, what you're thinking about the connection and about them. So maybe they're thinking that you are not, just for some of you, and don't shoot the messenger here, but maybe for some of you they're thinking that you're not genuine, that you maybe want them for what they can give you, possibly. That's kind of what they're believing. But in terms of astrological signs, I mean, Queen of Pentacles could be any of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus. Actually, Queen of Pentacles and Empress always reminds me of a Taurian energy, actually. The King of Wands, that could be any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy, and the Strength card is Leo energy. So those are just some of the astrological signs that I'm seeing. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. How does pile number three's person believe? Pile number three, maybe they believe that they believe that you feel the connection can give you something, can give you material comfort, can give you material wealth, can give you security, can give you stability, something like that. How does pile number three's person believe, or what does pile number three's person believe? Pile number three feels about them and the connection. How do they think pile number three feels about them and the connection? Judgment. Queen of Wands right under the King of Wands. Right under the King of Wands, yeah. I mean, it could be that this is a secret situation. This is like a third party situation or something. And that they believe that you, you know, despite the fact that it could have some secrecy in it, some dishonesty in it, that you are invested heavily in it, that you want to be in it big time. That you believe that you and him, or you and them, sorry, not you and him, but you and them are counterparts, because we've got the King of Wands with the Queen of Wands directly underneath it, that you're a really good match, the two of you, irrespective of whether it's a secret situation or a clandestine situation, or there's some dishonesty in it or anything like that, that you together could be like a power couple. I think that's what they're believing. How does pile number three's person think pile number three feels about them and the connection? Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands, right under the 8, which is the Strength card. And can you believe that you've got the Empress again? So they definitely believe that you want to nurture this relationship, that you love them, that you are very invested. You want to create this situation with them, that you're completely invested in the situation, that you feel very, you might even be, for some of you, might even be pregnant actually, or with child, because the Empress is very much the, always shown as a pregnant figure. You've got the Empress twice. So for some of you, you might actually be, with this person, have children with them, or be a mother with, you might be together with them. You might be in a committed situation with them. You might have children with them, or you might be, pregnant now. But they definitely believe that you are 100% invested in this. Now, it could be that, that they might believe that sometimes you feel like you want to be independent of this situation, because under the Seven of Swords, which is this kind of trickery, this dishonesty, there is the Nine of Pentacles. This might talk about either you sometimes thinking, I want to be independent of this situation. They may believe that you think that sometimes. Or it could be that you are an independent energy, but you're involved in a secret situation with this person that they believe you are 100% invested in. That could be something, because the Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy, somebody who's independent. But out of the Queen of Pentacles, they believe you want a new era, a rising up to this situation. So maybe they're believing that if it is a secret situation, if it is a clandestine situation, that you are wanting it to be different, that you are wanting it to be better, that you are wanting it to rise up and maybe be more committed. And underneath the Strength card is the Eight of Wands, where you want to kind of like, if you've been in, if this is a committed situation for some of you, and it's coming, just for a few of you, it might have come into separation, then I think they're believing that you want to come back to the situation, that you want to return to it with renewed energy and enthusiasm, that you believe you've got the strength to get this situation back on track. But this person really believes that you think, even though there may be secrets in it, it may be hidden, they may have been dishonest, there may be something about the situation that is dishonest or hidden or secret, that involves deception, that involves taking something from somebody else, that kind of energy. Even though there's that kind of energy in it, this person believes that you are 100% interested in still investing in this connection, in still invested in them, that you want to create something with them, that you want to manifest something with them, that you feel there's a lot of attraction and chemistry and magnetism between the two of you, a lot of sexual chemistry, that you really go well together. They believe all of that, really. It could be that, they are with somebody else, with the Queen of Pentacles here next to the King of Wands, but they believe that you see them as the two of you go well together, because you've got the King of Wands underneath the Queen of Wands. So maybe they are in a committed situation, it's secret, it's clandestine, or somebody is, but they believe that you, if you are that third element, you think that this situation is something that you want to be in with, well, you definitely want to be in, and you definitely want to create, a brilliant situation, with them, or stay in what they think you believe is a brilliant situation for the two of you. So in terms of astrological signs, Queen of Wands could be any of the 5 signs of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy again. A lot of fire in this connection. I think this person believes there's a lot of attraction between the two of you, a lot of chemistry, a lot of physical attraction. And the Empress is Taurian. They definitely believe that you feel as though you really want to make an effort for them in terms of how your appearance. They believe that you do make a huge effort in terms of how you look, and that you always look attractive, and that you believe in always looking attractive for them, because you want to look your best for them. Because there's a lot of cards here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress twice, which I have figures in there that figures in them where they take a lot of care about how they look. So they may believe that you feel you want to take a lot of care about how you look for them to please them. But let's see if we've got any message cards here. Any message cards for pile number 3, please. For pile number 3 from their person, any message cards? Or just about the situation. Passion. That would definitely go with the King and Queen of Wands. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. What else have we got? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So that would definitely go with the Seven of Swords, the secret, the trickery. There might be some red flags in this situation. If there are red flags in this situation, I believe this person thinks that you are not too worried about those red flags. Okay, what else? One more card for pile number 3 and this person. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That might be relevant for some of you. I just thought these two are going to come out, so I'm going to take them. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And then we have forgiving and learning. So maybe there's some sort of forgiveness. If you're in there might be some separation issues, or there might be something that's come out in this situation where you're in a committed situation with this person, but there's something that's come out, some sort of secret. And I think this person is believing that even if there's been a secret, that you want to heal from it, that you want to forgive, that you want to move on and get back with them. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.